as institutions. What has become clear during the course of constitutional implementation and in the life of the Supreme Court is that notwithstanding the principle of separation of powers and the need for checks and balances, cooperation between organs of government and among state institutions is necessary, is also desirable, and this is for the promotion of national interest and constitutionalism. And that brings me again to the matter that was canvassed by my deputy here. My sister Njoki spoke to it and said, we need independence, we need to avoid overreach and interference. Overreach and interference, that kind of thing. Now, we must be careful as the executive to avoid overreach and interference. Because we always talk about judicial independence. And it's a fundamental principle of our Constitution. And there is a remedy for executive overreach, because the judiciary will do something about it. But what happens when we have judicial overreach and judicial independence, judicial interference? Who will help us to resolve it? I know these are, and I hope I'm not making difficult things here. I'm just asking myself as a layman, and maybe I now have a good deputy, a professor. Maybe he'll help educate me when we have some time. But again, I would really want to ask ourselves, and so that as we restrain ourselves as the executive, not to interfere, not to overreach on matters that are in the purview of the judiciary or other arms of government for that matter. I think there is an equally very high responsibility on the part of the judiciary to restrain itself, and I think the Chief Justice here said so, to restrain itself on matters that are in the purview of other arms of government, so that we can have the committee of working together and the interdependence while respecting our independence or the independence of other arms of government. Such moments are rare, when you have the ears of the judiciary. I think I have said the three things that I really wanted, just as a citizen, to juggle the minds of our judicial leaders and judicial officers, so that we can work together in this space. Effective collaboration. This is what I'm talking about, in the national interest. And you heard my deputy say, there is public interest, which sometimes is about maybe what the social media has said. What the social media has said, is it public interest? What is it? We need to, there must be a balance. And then there is national interest. These are propositions that we need to think about so that we can carry it along in our jurisprudence and also in our life as a nation. No single institution or organ is entire of itself or viable in isolation. I'm encouraged by the increased confidence with which various arms of government are exploring areas of partnership and collaboration. And by so doing, we are breaking long-standing barriers to unlock the power of institutional synergy. There's a lot that we can achieve through institutional synergy, finding ways that we can make all the institutions work. And I agree with the Chief Justice that we must build strong institutions that can withstand even weaknesses of individuals. That sometimes, because we are human, sometimes individuals may be weak, but if you have strong institutions, they can even carry weak people across or stop tyrants also. Strong institutions can stop rogue people from also taking advantage of the system. And as we have consistently and repeatedly demonstrated, such partnerships are beneficial when pursued transparently and in public interest. Through this approach, the executive has found opportunity to engage the legislature and judiciary over the national budget, and also to support the expansion of judiciary's infrastructure, among other consultative endeavors. And today morning we had a conversation with the Chief Justice and the leadership of the judiciary on some of the aspects of modernization of our judiciary. And I must say, with a lot of clarity, that the judiciary has been phenomenal in its application of technology to deliver on its mandate. They have done a very commendable job. That e-filing and making sure that even decisions can be made online has really enhanced the efficiency of the judiciary. And the rest of government need to come along. And